Okay. Hopefully this starts recording. I think there's something wrong with my GoPro. But anyway. Okay. That is not a good chair. Be right back. Okay. One second. Okay, so today is April 1st. I have caught, I release it if I catch them on Sundays. Religious reasons, you don't have to. Anyway, so I caught 4 squirrels, a bird, and shockingly a rat, a good sized rat too, in that trap. Now, I messed up most of the skins because I'd catch them like before work, and I'm not going to leave it in the trap. So, you know, you dispatch it, you put it in the freezer, it comes out weird. It's hard to do a squirrel skin that's been frozen. Just how it is. However, there we go. This is the first squirrel skull. This is, again, a random container. This, however, I added to the price that this whole thing costs. This was 85 cents at Dollar General. It's hydrogen peroxide. But what that will do is it will actually take off any remaining, well, burn off more so, but anyway, it messes with the flesh when it soaks in it, so it's not able to hold onto the bone anymore. So it will clean that, and it will whiten it too. So, you know, you remember that the skull has the hole for where the brain was going. So if you just fill it, you'll end up with the skull acting like a boat. Now you can, and I will, do more than just one skull in here. Ooh, I can already see it burning the things off. Sorry, ant. But, so what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to do that very loosely and put it in a shady spot, because I don't want to heat up the peroxide very high. But I'm going to put that in a shady spot for a day or two. Today's April 1st. So, ooh, I'm also going to Massachusetts on Saturday, so I'll have to do this either Thursday or Friday. Anyway, I'll figure that out and I'll show you. And it'll become extremely white. Usually, after that, I use this stuff, acrylic lacquer, outside only, because it reeks. And it will seal it, but you don't have to do that. And I actually already have someone in town who, I saw her wearing a sweater that said something in oddities or something. So I'm like, hey, would you buy a squirrel skull? And she goes, yes. And she wants to pay $5 for the squirrel skull. So I don't even need to go online for that one. But obviously you can. I'll set up the post or whatever, but the point is, that's $5 already. This is $10, so that's half the price to this. I just need to sell one more skull, which I probably will do online, and I've now afforded that, which makes it much better. Here, let me show you. Here is when I did it all on the property. This is a coon skull. Now I did take a little bit of silicone and put it here. That way it doesn't fall off. But as you can see, just a couple layers and it basically preserves it after the peroxide turns it bright white. So actually, I'm not done with this one because I usually do like 5 or 6 layers. I've only done 2 on this, but that's why it's over there. I'm still working on it. I posted the introduction for this goal basically yesterday, so I don't think anyone's seen it yet. At least they didn't an hour ago when I looked at it. I am going to use either the squirrel or the weasel stretcher for the rat. I have felt pet rats and they were very soft. I don't know how soft this one is because I killed it, I put it in the fridge, don't know much else. The bird, I've never actually sold a bird skull before, but I am working on that one too. So that one, we're learning together. But yeah, it's amazing the stuff you can find and you can catch in these traps. Like right now, I'm still using trash, just food scraps. I'm hoping for a coon because that's a $20 skull, but that's besides the point. It is kind of unlikely that a raccoon will go into a trap that small, but here's to start in April and making some money and possibly upgrading our trap. Okay, I got a lot to do today, so I'm going to try to make this quick. Because I completely forgot about this and I'm about to leave for a week, so I would not suggest putting your hands in the peroxide. That's a terrible plan. But, as you can see, oh no, I lost a bunch of teeth. Ah, that's not good. That's okay though. So I'm gonna let those dry. That is why I prefer the beetles over the peroxide technique. But what I am gonna do is let those dry, and then since I lost some teeth, like right there, I'm gonna add some super glue to here and put them in here, like I said, after they dry. And then, like I said, someone already bought this for $5. So I feel really bad, but hey, it's a start. And that's why I usually try to stick with the beetles. Because the beetles won't remove the teeth. Peroxide will. So, try to stick with the beetles. If you get the chance. I mean, obviously you have to work up to it, but you can get a starter colony for like $70, or you can leave them in a minnow trap above a anthill. But as you saw, I'm trying very hard to not use all the resources I have. Thank you. Okay, so remember, there's a lot of borax in here. And I don't feel a single grain on the ground. Yesterday, with the new water, I could actually see the bottom. But there's no crystals on the bottom. So then we're going to take Mr. Squirrel floating right now, which I don't like. But we're going to see how this comes out. I'm going to play with it a bit to make sure it sinks, and then I'll show you how it ends up looking when it's time to take it out. Okay, hello everybody. So it's the next day, next morning. Last night I tried to pull the skull out to see how it looked, and apparently it was too long of a string. It stuck to the bottom and broke the string. So I had to heat up everything again until it released it, and then this time I barely had it below the surface. But I have no idea, and I need to get this video out. It was supposed to be out last month, but I was too lazy. So we're gonna see how this worked out, okay? Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna look. Let's find out. Oh my god, it's stuck to the bottom again. You can see it right there. Hold, please. Okay, it's gonna be a bit. I just turned the heat back on because it is solidified to the bottom. Ugh. Whoever said this was easy? If it was easy, everyone would do it, and you can't make money off of it. So, we'll see how this works, I guess. Sorry. Okay, I still haven't seen it, but I turned it on and it just broke away from the bottom. So. Interesting. So I have a lot of crystallization on the top. That looks very weird, actually. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep heating it so that the crystal goes away. And then I'm just going to leave it for like an hour so that it coats it. That's all. Yeah. Because the longer it's in there, the more crystallization will happen. So I'm going to redo it and hopefully I don't mess it up. Pretty much already did, but you saw how to do it, and then it's just a matter of having it for the correct amount of time and dangling it the right way. Like with the bird skull, I dangled it from the beak so that only the back end was in there, and it worked out. This one, I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's how to do that. And then if you look online, crystallized skulls are worth more than normal skulls, so one skull pays you back for the borax. Maybe two skulls, depending on how much the borax is. I don't know how much you'll be paying. I know how much I paid. And yeah, just keep it up. See what happens. See ya.